Hi guys, it's me Gersh again. I made a video on letting go, and that got a lot of traction on TikTok and also on YouTube, and therefore I thought I'd make a follow-up video and share some practical steps on how to let go. What's my basis on talking about this is because at many different levels in my life, I needed to let go. And so we're going to look at the things that we need to let go of and how we can. And like I have told you before, I write my thoughts down on in script form, and then I read it because it's easier for me. I'm more of a writer than an actual communicator. I'm more comfortable writing my thoughts and then sharing it. So we are often told how to let go, and it's not easy. Very often we can come across social media posts that tell you to let go, and saying or sharing or telling people to let go is very easy, but the actual work of letting go is not. So then the question is, where do we start? The main reason I believe that people hold on to relationships, to friendships, to things and places is because it all is or remains familiar. And when the familiarity is threatened, it creates fear. When we leave the things that we are so used to and that we are so accustomed to, leaving it creates a sense of instability, and that instability creates fear. And therefore we tend to protect that familiarity rather than letting it go. Yet when we do, we allow ourselves the ability to feel less heavy, less burdened, less worried, less to carry, which allows us not to feel and walk through life with these heavy burdens. But again, the question, how do we do it? I do not believe that God wants us to stay in situations that harm us or hold on to things that bring darkness and pain rather than joy and light. So my first point would naturally be prayer. In Jeremiah, the Bible, if I'm not mistaken, it's Jeremiah 29 verse 12. It tells us that God is listening to the prayer of his people and he will answer them. In the New Testament, this is echoed in John 15, where Jesus says, and this is my favorite verse, that if you remain in me and I remain in you, you ask anything in my name and I will bring it to pass. So while we might not see a way of letting go and no way out, praying and asking starts the opening, because he will answer you. But it also starts the steps of leaving and letting go. Because now you're praying about it, you have identified it, you've realized that this is what I want to do, and you're trying to come into alignment with it. My second point, that was my first. My second point is you need to focus and protect your peace during this time. That is very important. It's difficult to hear from God in chaos and when you are constantly anxious, and it'll leave you. If it is a relationship you want to leave and you are waiting for the right time, then while you wait, take care of yourself. Shift the focus of the person, grow independent, find ways to create an income stream if you haven't already done that or you don't have an income stream. Find a support group where you can chat with like-minded people. So prepare as you think about what you need, and then be patient and trust that the right time will appear. Many people leave relationships long before they leave physically. I was prepared. This is very important because you need to be mentally strong not to return. I am somebody who stayed 4 years longer than I should have in a relationship. And on hindsight, I realized I was not prepared to let go of the familiarity. And so I stayed for another 4 years. But that's also taught me that we leave relationships long before we physically leave. The familiarity curse could easily come calling, and you need to be smarter, so alongside everything, heal and become mentally strong. When you think of the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus said, "Blessed are the poor in spirit." And I think people who are hurting, who are in toxic relationships, or are holding on to even friendships that are becoming too much to maintain, too much is asked of you. I think that is what Jesus meant, the poor in spirit, that you stay in places that you shouldn't, or you hold on to things that you shouldn't, and these things bring you harm, they bring you pain. And therefore he said, blessed are those who are poor in spirit. When we look at other things, it's not just about relationships. It's also about things. It's about things, and I think what I was trying to say there, it's just not about people alone. You have to realize that letting go is not limited to just people, or it's not just limited to friendships, or not limited to relationships. We hold on to other things too without realizing it sometimes. So you'll notice that once you let go, you start noticing something. Life is seasonal. Things, friendships, version of yourself, they don't remain the same. I have lost friends at every stage of growth. Whenever the Lord was taking me to a different phase of my life, or a different stage, if you'd like to call it that, I found that I had to leave behind people that I had made friends with. At first it hurt because I thought it meant something was wrong with me. And as time went on, I noticed the pattern and realized that it was for my own good. Now I understand that growth demands space. And not everyone can come with you to where you're going and to the plan and the purpose that God has for you. And this is echoed in the book of Ecclesiastes in the Bible, a book that I suggest you read. It's a very easy read, and it also clearly tells you that there is a time for everything. Letting go isn't recognition. It isn't rejection. It's recognition. It's recognizing what you need, who you are, and what you want to be, and where you want to be, and who you want to give your time and space to, and what you want to give your time and space to. When I said that it's not just about people that you let go of, it's also things. It's also things like clothing that we hold on to for so long. And so I now use all my clothing for 2 years. So for 2 summers, 2 winters. And if I have something in my cupboard that I'm not using for a period of time, I normally give myself about 6 months, and then I let go of it, so that I'm not accumulating, that I'm not basically not giving space to things that I don't need and don't want. The same with other things. Maybe gadgets, they're just taking space up in your home. It's just there, where it could be blessing somebody else who actually needs it. So it's about all areas of our lives. What are we holding on to? What don't we want to let go of? Some of us have things in our closets that might be there for 5 years, in our garages that has been there longer. My question is, why hold on to these things when somebody else could probably benefit from it? So if this video is stirring up a need to start letting go of things, people, situations, then perhaps it's time that you gave it some real thought. So in ending, here's the truth I wish somebody told me earlier. Staying will always feel safer. Holding on to things will always feel better. Until one day you realize it costs you years to stay in a relationship that you shouldn't. Holding on to a friendship, it ends up taking your time, so it costs you. It's taxing on you when it is not mutual, when it's not healing, when it's not meant to be for you. It will drain you rather than energize you. Letting go doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop abandoning yourself, and that's very important. Very often when we are, especially in relationships, when we are in relationships that are not for us, very often we find ourselves abandoning ourselves in the relationship for the benefit of the next person. And if that is something you are doing, it has to be re-evaluated, because that's not doing a service to yourself. And if you are not ready as yet, that's okay. But don't lie to yourself. And don't keep forcing something that is not working. If this spoke to you, so pay attention to the weight. It's telling you something. You can like and subscribe to this video if it was for you, if it resonated with you, or maybe somebody needs to hear this. The reason I made it is because a lot of people responded stating that they want to leave or they want to let go of things, and yet they don't know the practical steps, or they don't know where to start. And so today I decided to share 3 practical ways. 1, start with prayer. Pray. Believe there's a God watching you, and He's there wanting the best for you, and has a plan and a purpose, and the right people and the right things and the right situations will align with you. 2, prepare yourself. Prepare yourself mentally, physically, emotionally to leave. So even if you're in a situation where you cannot leave immediately, start preparing yourself. Start getting ready for the move. And lastly, take care of yourself. My 3rd point is take care of yourself. You are important. Don't abandon yourself. I hope this video helped you in some way. To those who have heard it or watched it, I thank you for your time. Your time is valuable. I appreciate it. And I will definitely see you in the next video. Thank you.